right. Welcome to Destination Divergence, episode 69, part 69.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, the music is going. It's just very quiet. Got it. Okay. There we go. Last time, you guys spent quite a bit of time trying to clear the rest of the dungeon, so to speak, trying to uncover any last bits of loot you might have missed or go into rooms you didn't go into yet. You encountered some sort of fiend with 6 swords that attacked you and had a snake-like body, but you made quick work of it using some quick application of magic, thanks to Faye, disintegrating it on the spot. It left behind the sword that it had torn from the armory in which you found it, which Dross now has in his possession, and Milos identified last session through his Kaneko homunculus servant. The sword is the Stormbrand Greatsword, and it has powers over cold. It does a bit of extra cold damage. And as you found while breaking free Leroy's son, it is very, very sharp. Speaking of Leroy's son, that's where we ended the session, with, I believe, 4 of you climbing up inside, 3 of you? A number of you made your way into the interior and are attempting to figure out how to work these strange controls. And so that's where we will pick up from.
Anybody remember? It just sort of works, but slowly right now, right?
So when you commanded it to move, it moved at a rate of essentially 5 feet per round.
Is it floating?
That's what I was going to ask you.
It is floating.
Titan, could you move up some? 5 feet?
Slowly rises.
All right, well, this is good.
Yes.
Is that hole in the wall big enough for us to go out of?
I think it's only 15 feet.
No. Well, we could have it make another one.
Okay, Neko, move. Neko will scamper over to the other side.
Did you say Neko before me?
I control Neko.
Does anybody else want to get in here?
Is there more
We're
space?
going to, yeah, there's plenty of space in here. It's really spacious, actually.
Yeah, I think all of you could fit if you wanted to join. Is it tall enough?
Like
on the
hell I
outside?
will.
It's there's some space in there, yeah, especially considering that there's multiple, like, not necessarily floors. They're not big enough to be called floors, but there are higher and lower kind of decks inside that are very cramped, but if you needed to fit people in, you could. There are 4 stations for people to stand at, and if you needed to, you could fit a couple more in the gaps between them.
Damn, so it's not like Dross would be like bumping his head if he came in here.
Drost would have a tough time just because he's 10 feet tall, yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he could fit, but it won't be comfy, not at all.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try.
All right. I feel like I should have a better name for you than Titan. Now, can you blast a larger hole in that wall? Sort of in a circle around the one we already have.
It just like slightly shakes its head forward, and which kind of makes you all have to grab onto something inside. Did you indicate in a direction?
Yeah. I point towards the hole we already have.
Okay, so you ask it to make another hole where that hole already is?
You just expand this one bigger, in a circle around it.
Okay.
Expand hole.
Yeah.
Its draw drops and it starts to glow, and after a few seconds, another massive beam of incinerating energy flies in that direction, smashes into that wall, and makes it just a bit wider. It's not a wider circle, but it made a second beam just a few feet to the right. It's kind of like 2 circles that are mostly intersecting.
So it can't like move around while it's firing.
It did what it was commanded.
Sure. I'll have to get more used to this. Anyway, does it look like we can make it through now?
I'm not sure. Maybe? Might need to
Well,
get a
if it
little bit
doesn't-
smaller too. It's kind of head shaped.
The hole
Yeah.
is, excuse me for a minute while I double check that I got this information correct. It's now about 10 feet tall and about 13 feet wide.
Well, I'm sure he can
Oh.
just bust the rest open.
Yeah, I think that's probably not an issue.
So there are still the controls inside that I think only one panel has been taken a look at. There's the one panel that's many different dials and switches and such. Many different, lots of knobs and buttons and very complicated, and nothing's labeled.
I had put my hand on the hand panels one.
Mhm. You feel a bit of magic under your hand, and you could see it too. I'm assuming you have that spell up, your constant detect magic at all times.
Yep.
You see magic kind of ripple across the hand pad, like it's trying to reach into your arm and just rebounding back a bit.
Weird. I wonder if I have to be dragon marked for Kenneth for this. That would be like them. Someone here is Eric. You're from House Kenneth, right?
Me?
Yeah. No. Or was it Milos? It was. Sorry, I always forget because you're the same
I don't
person.
believe I said that yet.
Your name, Milos de Kenneth? You haven't said that?
I don't think so. I've only gone by Milos.
Oh, that's my apologies. I've been reading your diary.
I mean, yeah, I guess I can try.
Sure. Because you're, clever with machinery things. 1 second, I'll scooch over.
I'll put my hands on the little handprints.
Okay, put your hand down. Leroy, you see that same magical effect, like it's reaching out, but doesn't quite touch or travel up Malice's arms.
Maybe it is a dragon mark thing.
Maybe.
Could it be a Lyrandar thing?
Well, maybe.
I mean, you can try it.
Sure, I'll give it a go. It's worth a shot.
Cool. To be clear, there's some sort of magical effect that's not quite making it into my or Milos's hands or arms. Sort of meeting resistance.
Let's see if I can try it. And he kind of cracks his knuckles and gets in there.
All right. Put your hands down on the pads, and Leroy, you immediately see what looks like lightning race up Karek's arms. And Karek, your hair starts to stand on end everywhere as this power rushes through you. Roll me an intelligence saving throw.
I think it's working.
Man, it must have been a dragon mark thing. Wow, very cool. Are you okay?
I'm about to find out.
All right, this sudden power rushes through you, and you struggle to control it for a second. And those of you on the outside, or those of you on the inside first, you hear this loud clinking sound at both sides of you. And those of you on the outside see where the ears of this giant head would be just rotate outwards, and two large turrets are now on the sides of this head. And they both start to power up, but Karek manages to settle down control of the system before they fire off.
Oh, wow, I think I heard something. Did anything change out there? I guess not.
These look like sort of like the siege staff that you saw before, but smaller. And if we weren't in Eberron, they would look like anti-aircraft type turrets.
Is it still shocking me, or has it calmed down now?
It's calmed down now. You got a hold over the power. There's still a lot of power involved here in this process, and you can feel that your dragon mark is connected to this device somehow. But it's not like you're over the shock of it. It feels very similar to when you try to control the boat, like the sky boat. There's this energy, this power that's like trying to intrude into your mind, and you have to resist it and kind of take the reins yourself.
But it's much more powerful, right?
Oh yeah, this is very powerful.
So Carrick is gonna be like, oh, holy shit. Did we kill them? If they're not responding, maybe they're dead.
That's not good.
Someone
I
did you
mean-
check out the window? Should I let go of this?
I didn't hear any screaming.
Seems reasonable, yeah. I mean, unless you can drive it with that.
I don't know. I tried to grab it.
You try to do what? I didn't catch your word.
He said, I don't know if you can drive it like that, so I just try to drive it a little
Okay.
bit.
Make me just an intelligence check.
Oof.
All right. You try to just force your will onto this device as best you can, similar to what you do with the airship. And the turrets on either side of the head just start spinning rapidly, just one in one direction, one in the other. And that angular momentum just starts to make the head itself slightly rotate in one direction.
Okay. I'll just let go of it. I think we should look outside. Maybe they're dead. I don't want them to be dead. I'm gonna go look out.
As soon as you let go, the turrets just like stop suddenly, which makes the whole thing like lurch, and then they fold back in.
Whoa.
So Carrick like runs in, like pokes his head out like the door or window or whatever.
Yeah, there you can see through the eyes, like on the top there. Once you're the spot where you were was in its forehead, so you couldn't see much. But now that you're down below and you can see out the eyes, you can see 3 of your companions just standing there, not responding.
No. Oh, they're fine.
Yeah, it seems like they're all right.
Oh,
You'd
good.
think they'd have something to say about this, but I guess it's just okay.
I mean, I really, I don't know. Wait, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So
You
what
have
you
been at
three?
a loss for words since they found out they have 2 shadows and other people have 2 shadows. It's a
fair.
little, it's a
So-
little mind numbing.
To reiterate what
Fair,
you
fair.
three, what Drost, Eli, and Faye just saw outside of this thing, and wasn't there? Where's Nakarth? Oh, did I remove Nakarth's token temporarily? Nakarth is also out
Probably.
there. But
Bickering.
yes, I'll just put him out there for now, just for reference. Eli, Drost, Faye, and Nakarth. You guys watch this head. Suddenly, 2 turrets pop out of it and start to charge up, facing at the wall to the west. And then the power goes down and they just start spinning rapidly, and then they stop and then they fold back into the head, and then Carrot calls out if everyone's okay out there.
Yeah, we're good. That's it's kind of worrying though. You guys in control in there?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
just
we're
just
fine.
kind of hanging in there.
For the most
All
part,
right.
I think we should be able to get this thing out of here.
Ooh.
Do we actually want to though?
Why not? This
This
thing is
seems
so
questionable.
powerful.
This
Yeah,
kind of
it
cool.
seems friendly.
I mean, it's just we're gonna get a lot of looks, you know. It's definitely not the definition of laying low.
Were we going to do that?
I mean, do we
I
want to just be
mean-
an eyesore for everybody? All our
Dude,
enemies will know we're coming because we're coming in the big ol' head.
I mean, maybe we
Alright.
can make it small. I haven't tried that yet.
True. Also, you've seen the holes it's made in the countryside behind this wall, right? I don't know that we need
What?
to care.
But still,
You can see out that hole is just ocean.
See? No countryside at all left.
yep, that makes me very confident.
This thing is such a powerful asset. I feel like it would be a waste not to take it with us, or at least some part of it.
Also, it seems to like me. Well, at least it does the things I ask it to do, and nobody else did, so...
It
don't
nods again, making all of you inside have to grab onto something real quick.
Oh my gosh. Are you guys sure you're okay in there?
Yes, we're fine. It was just agreeing.
This thing is so cool, Eli. How can you not like it?
No, Eli sees dead people.
Well,
Leroy,
I can't.
Yeah.
I have your fish to fry right now.
Throughout this conversation, you're just inside here looking around. The panel that Karik was at, it's now not crackling with that magic it had before. It's returned to the previous magical signature it had, and now that you think about it, all 4 of these control panels have some kind of similar signature, but different.
I wonder, Carrick, do you want to try one of the other control panels and see if they're all for people like you, and then we can try them? They're all magical in some way.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. We'll walk over to another one.
Which there's a sort of a seat with a big, like, giant lever between the legs that has like a trigger on it.
I would say whichever one was closest to the one that he was at before.
Okay, so that was at the top. Down in the middle would be the closest, and that's the set of lots of panels and knobs and switches and dials and such. And then on the right is that seat with the lever, and on the left looks like a oh man, what are those called? Like an elliptical? Like you've got the hands and the feet tied together on an exercise machine, like a.
Oh yeah, it's an elliptical.
Looks kind of like that.
The gym once.
Yeah, gyms.
No seat, just suspended in the air with your limbs all in like mechanical things.
Interesting. I feel like that's the walking
Yeah.
machine.
I wonder,
It had legs.
what if the legs are somehow magically stored in the head and they'll come out when you go in there?
Did it look like it had been deconstructed from the outside, Jordan?
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay, character sheet 20.
This thing looks like it's been patched up a lot.
Okay.
There are various pieces of metal that don't quite match, different places that appear like, this was a patch laid on and then welded shut, or, this is definitely a replacement. That part is newer than that part. Various wear and tear. There's some parts that are just left scratched and gouged. The neck itself looks pretty torn up, but there are a couple spots near the back that look pretty clean cut. You would assume that maybe it was pretty busted and this was a salvage job.
I will say, I mean, I guess it's possible, but it looks like this is in pretty rough shape.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe that was just optimism. Anyway, Carrick, were you going to try out that sort of exercise-looking thing?
No, I'm going to try the
No.
one with all the panels in the middle.
That's fair. That's more your speed, probably.
All right, so you step down and try to make sense of the panels, and you, Karik, and Clements, and Leroy all kind of sat together and tried to work through this thing before to figure out how it worked, and you understand what some of the dials mean, what some of the gauges mean. You feel like that one over there is like temperature, because that one's slowly rising, things like that. And you try to reach out to it and make that same mental connection and really just use your willpower on this device. And Leroy, as he does, you see this slight magical aura just bend towards him like a blanket being pushed from the inside. But it just rests against his skin and doesn't go any deeper than that. And then retracts.
Pretty similar to the other one with us.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well,
It's a different magical signature here, you can tell, but the aura is doing a pretty similar shape.
all right. Well, it looks like it's not really taking to you there. What if I give it a try? And I will step up to the control panel. And with my, 11 intelligence now? 12?
All right.
Attempt to do thing.
Step up to the control panel. You reach out and actually make me a charisma check.
Oh, I have a modifier for those.
You try to just exert your force of will over this thing, kind of the same way you tried to reach out to Leon in the past, and you try a few different things. The aura barely reacts to you at all.
Weird. I feel like maybe if I tried on it, it might feel me, but right now it's not. Milos or Clemens, did you want to try this?
I can try again. Yeah.
I get the sense that maybe one of these control panels will work for each of us.
Which one are you trying, Milos?
The one that Leroy pointed out.
So I'm assuming the middle one, Leroy?
Yeah, it's the
Same one
second
you just
one,
tried?
or the center one. Yeah.
Center one. Okay. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check, Milos.
Intelligence 10.
All right. You know how these dials work, or at least some of them. You reach out, and as you reach your hand out to interface with them a bit, now that you are doing it a bit more mentally than physically, but physically at the same time, the aura like leaps out to connect with your hand, and you feel it press against your hand and almost like force your hand back. But it was a very strong reaction.
Something's happening.
This is
You felt like
interesting.
a spark in your hand when it touched. Not a painful one, but very powerful.
Is that a good spark or a bad one?
Well, it wasn't painful.
You feel like now that you think about it, like your hand is like a little bit numb from that spark, but also your dragon mark is, even though it's not on the hand you reached out.
Oh, that's weird. Thinking about it, can I just put my hand back on it and try it again?
Make another intelligence check.
Intelligence check. 24.
All right, this time the force comes out and you're expecting it, and you put your hand down and you press through it, and it's still resisting you. But since you rolled so high on intelligence, specifically, you feel like it's trying to tell you something. That this device isn't about pure force of will. There's lots of dials in front of you, lots of switches, lots of interfaces. And so you get to work trying to apply what you know. You flip some switches, you try to change some dials, try to make sure all these bars line up in different ways, and they start doing so. And then the aura starts traveling up your arms naturally as you do so until it encompasses all of you. And you don't feel a sense of power so much as just speed. You can see all of these dials at once. You can see all of the knobs and switches. And you just understand without words.
Wait, I understand just the concept of speed?
You feel like you're very focused, or you have like your mind is being accelerated, like the effects of the haste spell that you're familiar with, but
okay.
less so in the sense of allowing you to act, and more so your mind is just on fucking overdrive. You're going crazy. You are in a zen state, just completely understanding everything in front of you all at once.
Oh, this is an interesting feeling. It just feels like I know things.
Milos is talking very fast.
Does that make any sense?
What's that? That was really fast. I'm not sure what you just said.
They're talking to you very slowly, Milos.
Oh my.
I'm not talking fast. You're talking slowly.
Did I understand that?
I mean, it was really fast, but you heard it
But I
clearly.
understand. Okay.
It's not
I
indecipherably.
imagine-
It's like watching YouTube on 1.5 speed or something. It's like fast.
It's
but
like if
not
you
like-
apply the chipmunks filter.
Kinda, yeah.
It's
I think you might just be going really fast. You just grabbed that switch and flipped it in like under a second, and you grabbed another one like
Yeah.
well, I
a
mean,
second later.
how long does it take you to flip a switch? Like,
Depending on the
takes
switch, it could be a really long time.
I guess it was a really big switch.
But I mean, even during that words you just said, you flipped like 15 switches in a word.
Did I flip 15 switches?
You,
I don't even know why you're doing that.
you're flipping a lot of switches, changing a lot of dials, moving a lot of sliders. And as you're doing so, you see some of the bars that were kind of starting to tip up towards like a red section of the bar, starting to slowly tick down back towards green.
Okay. I'm not completely sure what I'm doing, but it's making things turn more green, and that's usually good.
We do
Wait,
like
no, I do
green.
know exactly what I'm doing.
You know
Don't I?
somehow
Well,
that how to work all of these switches, but you can't put them into words. It's a very strange
Right.
feeling. There's
Well-
definitely a lot of powerful magic at play here.
I mean, I clearly know what I'm doing, but I don't know why I'm doing it. I just know that it'll work. I think.
It's like muscle memory from a task that you've never done before.
It feels like kind of like, when you do that, like a thing, and then you try and go do the thing again. It's easier, but like I've never done this before, so I don't understand.
Perhaps it's that magic aura that's surrounding you.
I'd say that's likely, yeah. Let's see, I removed my hand from the thing that caused that already, right? And it's still going on.
You haven't yet, or at least I haven't heard you say that you're
Oh.
removing it. But if you would like to remove
I
it,
assumed I needed to flip all the switches.
nope, you're
yeah, I'd
still
like to
you're
try.
like as you're having this conversation, you're still like compelled to just fiddle with with all of the devices in front of you. So do you actively step away?
Yeah.
All right, as soon as you do, the aura fades and it hits you like a brick that you are suddenly slowed down and you actually just like go blank for a second. Make me a
Whoa.
Constitution saving throw.
All right. 20.
All right, you
Wow.
shake it off after a second. Just take a few deep breaths and kind of rub your temples a bit and like. Yeah, now Leroy's not speaking so slow.
Wow, I guess I was going really fast there.
Yeah, wow. Careful.
It's. I wonder what that was, or what that does. I mean,
Well, it looks like it sort of gave you turbo piloting powers.
I guess. I
Which is
mean,
pretty neat.
we didn't go anywhere, did we?
No, but did you see all the dials were going greener, which is probably good for piloting.
I mean, I don't know much about driving things, but green is normally good for these kinds of things.
Yeah. Well, I suppose I'll try whatever the fourth control panel is.
Okay, there's one on either side. There is the one for arms and legs, and there's one that's a chair with like a big joystick, essentially.
I'll try the chair with the joystick.
All right. Make me a charisma check. All right, you sit down,
Wow.
put one hand on the joystick, another hand the trigger, and you focus. Try to force your will into this thing. You try to take control of it. Nothing.
Can I grit my metaphorical teeth and try again?
Grit your metaphorical teeth and try again.
All right. Oh, finally.
All right, you really grab onto it. If you had flesh on your knuckles, they would be white. As you're just gripping this thing with not just your mental strength, but your physical strength as well. You've set aside your shields, you're just focusing everything you've got on this one task. You don't see a magical aura change, but the joystick shifts suddenly, just forward a bit. And suddenly the trigger in your hand feels easy to press.
I move the joystick around a little bit.
As you do, you hear some grinding sounds outside, and to the outside, the jaw is moving up and down.
Does anybody out there see what's moving? I think I have a weapon.
Milos,
Yes.
as Leroy is saying that, one of the dials just starts blinking red.
Oh, Leroy, something's blinking red. That might not be good.
Oh, I'm going to put the joystick back to where it was. Just like correct for whatever motions I've done already.
You shift it back into place. It's actually surprisingly easy now.
Is that any better?
Did it stop being red?
Still blinking. There's some
is it-
switches and knobs underneath it.
I'd like to touch the switches and knobs underneath it.
All right, you reach out and interface with the device again. And again, you immediately know what to do as soon as you get close to it. You're like, oh, that one's way too high. I need to turn that down. That one's way too low. I need to turn that up. These two need to be balanced together. And okay, good. Stops blinking. And Leroy, all of a sudden, power surges through the joystick in front of you, up your arms, and just through your chest. It feels like you're being electrocuted, but you don't see that same lightning-like magic that you saw before. This is just raw magic. Make me a concentration check
Concentration.
to maintain
Check.
detect magic. You lose your
as a
hold
saving
over.
throw, I might.
Oh yeah, if you've got, I mean, proficiency bonus would take it up. Would still be less than 10. So.
Yeah. I also don't have Warcaster.
Hold
For
up.
chumps.
I could flash it to help. It's not gonna bring it above a 10.
No,
It's
it would bring
it's
it to
also
10, but yeah, don't worry about it.
it's also detect magic. It's
Yeah.
all right. You lose this force is so sudden and so strong that you lose your concentration of the spell that has become second nature for you to concentrate on at this point. But still, you're so shocked by this, you cannot maintain your hold on this spell.
Woof.
But there's a whole new sensation coming through your mind now. Do you try to fight back against it, or do you go with it?
I let chaos reign.
All right. It rushes up to your head, down to your toes. Your entire body now is just filled with magic, it feels like. The jaw
Oh my.
opens. And those of you outside can see a bit of glow coming from it.
I'm gonna stick back once or twice.
Yeah. I'm running out the top door.
Y'all gonna drag
Nakarth will follow. Yeah, he would follow.
I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
this
yeah.
shit before.
Leroy,
All
make
right.
me a charisma save.
Charisma save. I'm better at those.
All right. You've decided to let chaos reign. Yet at the same time, chaos has aligned with you. You and the chaos are one. You aren't fighting this magic. This magic is yours. It's already making the same decisions as you anyways.
Exactly. So I blow a giant ring-shaped hole in the wall where the ring was.
All right. You move the lever a bit and the head just kind of tilts in one direction. You pull the trigger and just it unleashes this torrent of arcane incinerating energy that blows the wall away. And that wall's just gone as you like move the joystick in a circle and it just spins out and makes a spiral of energy that just decimates that entire wall.
Now we've got a doorway.
Oh, cool.
How do I feel after firing that? Tired? Sleepy?
Oh, you're still holding onto the joystick, so you still feel like there's just pure magical energy rushing through you at all times.
Wow. This is
You
crazy.
feel
What are
like
those
this
tiles
will
doing?
probably come back to bite you later, but for now you feel great.
Oh. Yes, I might have just expended a lot of energy. I'm gonna let go of this and I might hit the ground. Let go.
All right. You let go?
Mm-hmm.
For a second, you feel okay. You stand up. Like, oh, that wasn't so bad. And then, yeah, make me a con save.
Oh, you're good, Leroy.
No, I'm not.
Leroy hits the ground.
Somehow
It's
I
a
passed
loud
out.
clang to the floor. You're not passed out, but just you feel like you're used to carrying your metal body around, but for a second you're not. Like, whoa, holy shit. I'm made of like 1,000 pounds of metal. Clang! You're still awake. You're just very heavy. And after a second, it passes.
Oof. Is this what being dizzy feels like? I say, well, I'm just like having trouble standing up and not feeling dizzy at all.
I mean, I sometimes fall over when I'm dizzy, but
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, I
that
hadn't
sounded like
realized how much I
aggressive
weigh.
falling.
I suppose I should probably get a chair for that, or a couch behind it.
Something soft.
Yeah. But anyway, did you see what I did? I did that. Well, sort of.
Ooh. We're in the forehead, right? We can't see out.
You are right behind the nose bridge. Leroy's right behind one eye. There's an empty spot behind the left eye, and then Carrick is in the forehead.
I'll peek over and look through the right eye. Be like, damn.
Yeah. Oh, guys, it's safe in here. Certain values are safe.
Yeah, Faye's gonna peek through the door.
There
What in the
is-
goddamn hell are you doing?
There is no wall over here anymore, so I might as well just delete all of this.
Oh.
This is gone.
Shit.
You guys can just see through that side of the room.
Well,
There's an
that
exit now.
Are
was,
you
this was
guys?
bigger than I thought it would be.
This makes me less confident in us bringing that thing outside of this of here.
How come? That just gave it plenty of more room.
Yeah,
No
Do
problem at all
you
now.
really want to level the countryside?
Again,
absolutely.
it didn't do any more damage than was already damaged.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, that's a lie. The
I mean,
castle
to
had a
the
wall
countryside.
before. Oh,
Yeah.
well, you're right.
Also, I think we have a date with that dragon, don't we? He's a dragon, isn't
What,
he?
are you gonna roll up with the artillery and just
Well,
erase
Open the
them?
mouth on
Is that our
him?
approach now?
I think it's called arriving with style. Also, everything looks weird. Detect magic back up.
Everything looks the same as you left it.
Much better. Something about that took a lot out of me, and I couldn't even keep my magic up.
Oh, I mean, understandable. This feels like a wild choice to me, but you guys do what you gotta do, I guess.
I mean, you can't tell me you've never thought it would be cool to have a giant floating head that shoots laser beams, right? Like, come on.
Literally a
come on.
recurring dream for
It is
me.
kind of cool.
I can actually tell you with full confidence that I have never had that thought, but I guess I can't blame you.
I mean, I thought about having a full Colossus, but like, I guess we'll take a head.
Well, we can make it a full Colossus later. This has got to be the hardest part.
That's a lot of metal.
Parts like
Right.
Exodia, Jesus Christ.
What if we made it out of wood to start out with?
I mean, metal gets pretty hot.
Yeah, you're right. So it'd keep the wood warm.
I mean, that's one way of looking at it, yeah. I was more thinking of wooden Colossus on fire.
Right. And we wouldn't want to be inside of that.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, how do you think you're going to get this out of here?
Oh, I think we just float it right out. The
That's true.
giant,
The hole in the wall.
yeah, where the wall used to be. Just straight shot.
Float it out. You can make it fly.
It's flying right now. Actually, we're 10
How
feet
is it
above you.
actually? Holy shit! I
It
just
is.
didn't see you above me on the map.
It is gently hovering 10 feet in the air.
Now hold on. Are you certain that it's going to hover wherever you want it to, or if it's keeping that distance because there's ground right now? What if it gets out of the wall and just sinks?
Robot, do you have diagnostics? I mean, Titan. Sorry.
It's mad at you now.
It nods.
How high can you float or fly?
You see some of the dials and switches start moving, Milos.
Can I read them?
If you get close enough.
I would like to walk up and
All right.
try and read
You
them.
let the aura overtake you again.
Yep.
And you understand. That one's an elevation. That one's marking a dangerous level. You're not at the dangerous level right now. You look pretty low. You can see where it would be dangerous eventually.
Does the elevation say 10 feet, or does it say, like, reasonable height?
Make me an intelligence check. Or an investigation check, rather.
I want to see this tile that's labeled all with words.
29.
It is a total elevation check, and it is much higher than 10 feet right now.
Okay. I think it could be fine with flying. This one here says a number that's greater than 10 feet. And it says we're not yet at dangerous heights.
Oh, that probably means the whole tower is within our reach.
All right, you do you then. Now, this might be not what you guys want to hear, but I would love to not make our first impression going to see Daitan with this giant floating head. Because I'd love to not fight him, if possible.
Yeah, I think a civil conversation might be a little bit better suited.
I think that's reasonable.
We could always drop it off somewhere else if you guys really want to take it with you.
Oh,
Yeah, we can
I
come
suppose
back
that's
for you.
fair. It could probably stay on the ship
Are you sure that thing won't sink the ship?
or next to the ship.
Yeah, do a
All
little
right.
sidecar situation, please.
If that thing blows a hole in our ship, I swear to God, Leroy,
Listen, it's very well behaved.
we're gonna have a very hard conversation if we find a hole in that ship.
There are so many holes already.
Well behaved.
I gesture to the giant hole in the wall. That hole!
Okay,
That
well,
hole's in the wall, not in the ship.
exactly.
I am. And I
Leroy
thought I
told
was
it to
an
make
idiot.
that hole.
Yeah,
We're all
it
drunk
didn't
with
do that
power.
without asking first. I literally had to agree with it before it made that hole.
Wait, so it wanted to make a hole.
Well, the same thing as I did, so yeah.
So what if it just wants to make holes everywhere it goes?
Maybe it does, but it hasn't
Oh.
made any without asking first.
We
In fact,
haven't
I
known
had
it
to
that
ask it
long.
first. But listen,
It's like you're like, he kills people, but only if he asks first.
that's
I've only known him 20
literally
minutes, but
Eli.
met our
That's all
party.
of us. You met us in a bar and was like, "Oh, yes, they've killed a lot of people."
because I heard you guys were heroes
Your
Oh,
first song we heard from you was about us blowing up a tower.
to save people.
yeah. Well, we are heroes. Just like this is a very useful and I think probably very helpful, good robot. Titan.
I'm not gonna change your mind. Let's figure this out after we sort things out with Daitan.
Plus, we'll run through fewer dead people. This thing moves very slowly.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so to Titan.
I'd say
Yeah.
so.
The Daitan.
Okay. Are you coming inside of here or going on your own?
I mean, I fucking, I guess, like, how else am I gonna climb in?
Didn't we just agree to not take Big Head up to Daitan?
It's currently
Well,
10
there's-
feet above the floor, Eli.
Robot, can you
I can't climb in.
lower down to a height where they can get inside? And
I think the plan is to drop it off at the ship and then go see Daitan.
exactly, yes.
We probably don't want him to see us leaving with the head before we go and talk to him.
That was my thought. He's just gonna be on the throne watching this giant motherfucker go
You
up.
know,
And be like, oh, well.
that's also a
Guys,
good
this is what we
point.
call a power move.
All right, we're just gonna I walk away from the opening. I'm like, let's just walk up there.
Okay.
I mean, we could ask him about its purpose. I mean, there's
True,
no
I
way
might
they
have
built
thought
them.
left.
Like, this is a Kenneth creation, not a Lorandar.
Yeah. Well,
Remember, though, I just want everyone to keep in mind for a second. This is a cool treat. We still don't have the specific thing that we came here for, and we need to make sure we get that first.
yes, we do.
Yes.
I'm not gonna stop y'all from taking this thing out when we're done here. I promise you that.
No,
But-
my God.
That's fair. To be fair, also, he probably already knows, and I gesture at the, molten walls.
I mean, maybe he thinks we just set it off by accident.
Maybe that was the first time.
All right, how can we best get topside? I don't want to use any more magic because Lord knows we might need it.
I don't know. We have this flying machine.
Speaking of using magic, I've got a couple things just in case. And I will pass around a hammer that has false life for anyone who wants false life.
What does that do?
It gives you 1d4 plus 4 temporary hit points for an hour. Just in
Oh.
case,
Would that stack on top of my fat bonus
Nope.
that I gave earlier? Oh, well.
Temporary hit points do not stack. You take the higher of the two that you have active. So
Thank you,
you,
So we'd have to run out, and then we could cast false life with the hammer.
so
Is that the idea?
you could affect 6 targets with inspiring speech, right? Inspiring
is
leader. It's like a
was
few
it the one
targets, or is it anyone? I don't remember.
up to
I
6
think it was
friendly
6.
creatures. Yep.
Oh, right. Never mind. We have inspiring leader still. Never
So
mind.
there could be
Yeah.
2 people in the party that don't have it yet, and they might want other
yeah.
temporary hit points.
I have it, so
I have temporary hit points.
Clemens has temporary hit points.
I think we might have missed that last session.
Yeah, but I think someone also ran away too. It might not have gotten any, so it might.
Eli ran
resolve
away,
itself.
right? But then we said he came
Leroy
back.
ran away, but then heard the speech and came back.
Nakarth does not have temporary hit points. Dross
Oh, okay.
does. Not.
do.
Does not.
Oh,
I do not.
You do not. And Kark does. So it looks
Thought
like
I
it would be Drost and Nakarth. Well, you don't have it written down on your sheet if you did.
Ooh.
Yeah. It looks like Drost and Nakarth
Okay.
that didn't take any, so you could give it to. You could give false life to them, potentially.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah,
else
we'll do
has
that then.
more temporary hit points than false life would generate, so.
Let me just roll that twice then.
Alright, first one Drost, second one Nakarth. I'll throw 5 temp at Nakarth. 6 temp at Drost.
Ooh. A whole 6 temp HP just for me.
Just for you.
All for you, Drost.
Alright. So, that being taken care of, what do you do now?
we're gonna.
I think. Did the I thought we found a point somewhere in the castle where there was access to the roof. Am I crazy? Or I thought we found that on the 3rd floor. Like we could
Elevator.
Yeah.
All 4 of the elevators go up to the roof potentially. As
Amazing.
Well, let's
you
go
have
on
not-
one of them then.
you have not taken any of them up that far, and you have not checked how many of them are not broken. But you saw doors exiting the 4 towers at the top of the tower, at the top of the castle already.
Well, we know we have the stone active and the one in the top left, and it's right here. So
Let's go.
onward.
Landing the robot, and then
Okay. So after a few seconds, it settles down close enough to the ground for you to get out.
and I walk across the hopefully cooled down
All right.
zone.
Yeah, everybody just get up there in... Don't actually go on because the down thing will take you down, but yeah, get close to there. I'll just move everybody over there because why not? Oops, I did not mean to move the robot over.
Oh, my son!
Like you're not
coming with
He just follows.
Within 5 feet per second.
Yeah.
big ass
It
no.
followed me home. Can I keep it?
Can I keep it?
Listen.
All right, let's get you guys packed into... You got Neko in there? Good, good. Let's swap Milos so that he's next to Neko. All right. That's everybody. Okay.
Before we, I'm just gonna turn to Eli. This is gonna be tough. Do you wanna lead the talking, or do you want me to try?
You want me to lead the talking?
I mean, you're good at it. You gotta.
I mean, I'm
Quick
good
down
at
on
it, but like, I feel like he's just hard to speak to in general. I mean, I'll try.
I,
Back me up at least.
I will absolutely back you up.
All right, let's go in then.
All right.
I exited out of Final Fantasy just for this.
Deleted
Yeah.
Final Fantasy for
Gotta
that.
Just for
gotta-
this.
Gotta have my full focus on here.
All right, so all of you step into the elevator and just think up. The
I mean,
plating above
Yeah.
you opens up, and a
Up.
few rocks tumble down through,
oh, fuck.
one by one, but not too many. Everybody just make a dexterity saving throw real quick.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
Oh wait, I'm good at this one.
26. All right, rip everybody else. Bye guys. I'll go talk to Diane
Just
for
hope
you.
someone fix that.
Let's see. I'll roll for Nakarith. Dexterity saving throw. Yeah. And that's a 15. I realized I left it on private jam roll, but also roll
Holy
for
shit,
Clemens.
I rolled higher
22.
than the car.
Okay. So
I rolled
Leroy,
higher than Clemens.
who are we missing?
For 630?
Carrick, can you roll a dexterity saving throw?
Sure.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Okay. So that's a pass. Carrick passes.
It's a 13.
Faye, Leroy. I guess I should. Oh, it's it's too late now. Milos, Faye, and Leroy. You 3 fail.
All right.
So each of you just gets hit by one of the falling rocks on the way down, and you each take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. They're not massively large rocks.
That's incredibly humiliating.
Yeah. You
Get
just
that
you
little
look
speech
up and like
recording.
a little sand, little rubble sand gets in your eye, and you're like, ah, fuck, and then just a larger rock hits you like on the shoulder. Like, oh god. But it's not. These aren't like basketball-sized rocks. They're just and they haven't fallen more than a handful of feet.
I attribute Eli's god roll to the fact that he can see everything.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah,
I
you see
saw it
all of the
before
rocks.
It even happened.
You plan a route through the rocks before they even start falling, and you just make your way up.
Hell yeah.
So, you fly up to the top. The shutters close underneath you. And I'm going to activate the top of the castle.
So, Faye, what exactly should I say to Diane?
We cleared it all out. It was way more dangerous than he promised it was. We all risked our
Yeah, it
lives.
was super fucking dangerous.
And he he owes us. We went above and beyond, and it's all we need is this piece of the prophecy. It's what the world needs, and if you wanna, we know that he knew about this and he let it happen, and I don't know if we could use that guilt against him.
All right. I mean, he did say initially that his job was just to see the prophecy and not do anything about it. So he might just use that against the guilt trip. But I'll see what I can do.
No, it's true. I mean, we can start by just kind of pleading, but if that
Okay.
fails, we get a little more intense about it.
All right. All right. I open the door. Oh my God! What is this place?
This is the top of the castle. It's a bit of a courtyard, but there are many dead trees in what used to be a garden, and
Oh, how cool!
fountains
Oh my gosh!
all across the top, spilling water off the edges of the castle.
This is gorgeous. Oh my God!
And as you move through this area, you see, despite the fog in the way, a much more imposing figure on the throne than you saw last.
I mean, I don't see anything because I think the throne in question is currently like grayed out by shadows.
The throne is on the east side of the map.
Oh,
Weren't there explosive traps here last time we came through?
I was just gonna say, can anyone
Wait, have we been here before?
get eyes on that?
Yes, this
Do I
is
see any
where you've
explosive
been
traps?
meeting Dighton every time. Leroy has been checking
Oh,
for
yeah.
traps with detect magic. I just didn't activate the map, or didn't have the map completely ready until now. Yeah, so you can see the traps, Leroy. There are arcane glyphs all across this floor in various spots.
oh, should we follow
I'm gonna
Eli
take
or
a needlessly convoluted path that still avoids all the traps.
Okay.
I'm just gonna follow and
I'm gonna
follow
follow.
close behind. We're just gonna conga line this.
Conga line.
I don't know what the actual path to avoid all the traps is, but
As you start avoiding the traps, you hear just a whoosh of air, and the traps vanish.
no.
Oh,
Thank you.
All right, so now we can just walk forward with ease.
The best intro to this climactic moment. Thanks. Thanks.
what a lovely sound.
You just hear a groan just kind of rumble across the large open floor here.
Holy moly! Now I
Hello.
can see the throne.
Somebody
Oh,
else
hi there.
incredibly cool is going to talk to you. But it's good to see you.
So, what did you uncover down there?
So we uncovered a lot of undead. I'm basically gonna recap, like, you know, what we saw, what we fought, like, and it was a really, really hard work. You know, we got battered a lot down there, and you know, I think, and please, like, we can discuss this, but I think it's only fair if we can have some sort of repayment for clearing out the entire dungeon for you.
We agreed upon this. Yes, I assume you already took it. Your payment for taking care of Captain Peleus was my permission to raid the treasury.
Oh,
Well, so you see, I think an even better reward for such a treacherous journey would be to perhaps know about that piece of the prophecy. I know it's a topic that we brought up earlier, but I really think, you know, I think this is something we need.
Mm-hmm.
Can I'd like to kind of add on to that from
Yeah,
Eli.
you can add on.
Hoping to maybe
Just
make
coming
more.
straight at it. Yeah.
You know, we found a lot in there, and I know that you knew this was coming, and I cannot imagine how you feel, and I know you have your convictions, but we need to know. no matter what we end up doing, which may be in line with your values, who knows, but we need to know. This is beyond you, this is beyond us, but we need to do something.
I think we have a right to know what's going to happen if it's something like this. We have the right.
The hell we just went through down there.
Roll me a persuasion
Unreal.
check, Eli, at advantage, aided by Faye.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
31!
We
My
have...
Someone flash it.
we
No,
have
flash it. Screw it. 36.
36.
Out of nowhere, Milos is just like, and by the way, and then it just makes it even better.
One more thing.
Yeah, Milos, how does
I
your flash
mentioned
work
it's
here?
smart.
What's your angle?
I'll be like, yeah, like what the hell? They were eating people down there.
Yeah, it's
perfect.
barbaric.
Yes, I'm sure they were.
You know they eat
Captain
people, right?
Captain Peleus was a bit different.
Was he eating people before he turned?
No, not
Oh,
not
okay,
that
sorry.
I knew, at least. And I know a lot of things. Unfortunately, I cannot give you what you seek.
Well, why not?
What I can give you is a chance.
Somebody else said that to us earlier today.
And you see the dragon lift one of its great claws, and on just the tip of its claw is a small golden key, which he promptly chucks into his mouth and swallows.
Well,
What you found what I assume you found, if you've uncovered what you've uncovered, is not the key, but the lock. And I've just swallowed the key.
Well, now, why would you do that?
did that give you indigestion or something?
Yeah, I feel like that's not really good for your intestines.
Well, let's
Also-
do this honorably then.
What was that lock that we
That is
found?
why I figured I'd make this a little more fair, get rid of those pesky traps all over the place.
Do appreciate that, by the way.
Let's get this over with.
I'm gonna prep, but before anything happens, I'm gonna just cast or not cast anything offensive, but I want to raise my shield, which I don't feel like is an offensive action. So I'm hoping I can just.
Ducking
Make
behind
me,
Trevor.
this is gonna sound weird. Make me a performance check to make it like a flourishy action instead of like an aggressive action of like throwing your shield out. And to make it like a show of like, yeah, I'm getting ready for battle, I'm psyching up, rather than like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight you.
Guys, I'm just emoting
all
right
right,
now.
yeah. You pull out the
Can't believe
shields
my
and
31 turned into a fight.
as
Like-
you
36.
nod at the, well, he has literally said your ideologies are completely incompatible here, and he will not budge on that.
Yeah.
So there's some things the persuasion check will not change, but
Damn it.
your persuasion check has granted you a chance, and he's told you the information that what you thought was a key is a lock,
Yeah.
And he got the key inside his
and
belly.
he got the key inside his belly.
All right,
so
let's go
Faye,
harvest them.
As you nod when he says, "Let's get this over with," you kind of give a quick nod and also like flourish your shield at the same time, and it spins out and hovers in front of you. Anyone else want to try and throw in some random such actions?
Ah,
Yeah, shatter on the party.
No.
Fuck you.
Certain things are going to be trickier to throw in here, like casting more intensive spells and such, but if there's quick things like equipment changes or things you want to do, that's fair.
Carrick is just gonna do like a nice flourish with his double-bladed scimitar and spin that shit around.
Okay, hell yeah, make a performance check.
If my
So-
performance check is good enough, maybe I can make it into a blade song.
I'd allow it if your performance check is good enough. Let's go. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to delay. Oh, okay. 19. You turn it into a blade song.
Hey!
All right, you're good. You start.
I-
You start just
Ooh.
spinning. You're good.
Oh gosh. I take out my lute and I like do the thing where I like strum the strums a little bit and then like adjust the knobs to tune it. Just get ready.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
All
1,
right.
2, 3.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
I'm
Performance
gonna
check.
assume. I'm assuming I didn't have time to attune to my new sword.
It
Overnight?
was identified, but I
No.
don't think there was time to attune. No.
Fucker.
Actually, I mean, actually, you were just
Actually?
sitting there. It is 8:10 in real time. It took them an hour to work the inner knobs and dials on that robot and figure out how it worked. So you had an hour to attune if you wanted to do that.
Hell
There we
yes, I
fucking
wanted
go.
to.
Yes.
I'll allow it. You were probably just sitting there with the sword anyway. So,
Yes.
all right.
Guys, our dicking around did something good.
Can I make the attempt to make these subtle hand gestures for warding bond cast through Kaneko on Faye, or is that too intensive?
That's a bit too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And Eli, make a performance check for tuning your instrument and stuff. Getting ready.
Yeah, sure.
Getting everything good to go.
Sure. Of course.
Okay.
A 16.
Feel pretty impressive.
A.
You're
I'll pat Neko.
Eli, you swear your second shadow just like nods approvingly. Very slightly, but you swear you saw it.
I'm gonna choose to ignore that. I say out loud to the shadow while pointing to it like a fucking nut job.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna roll for initiative. And let's see. Neko is not rolling for initiative. Everyone else is. Bam. And
Oh, Faye, bring up the rear.
28.
Holy fuck.
yep.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, I get to go before the dragon. Holy fucking shit.
Oh my god, you get to go before the. Guess who
Whoa.
I'm inspiring?
Oh my god.
Oh, Lord.
Lord Jesus.
Question, do I know the command word for Dan's instant fortress?
You would have, I believe, yes. Okay. Clemens is going first. Clemens will not be making it tonight, so I'm gonna bring up Clemens's character sheet, and I'm going to assume Clemens would probably charge in, because that's what Clemens has done a lot of. So Clemens is going to run 30 feet in, and then 30 feet to a side of the dragon with a dash action. And then, what does Clemens have for bonus actions? Nothing that applies this turn. So that is Clemens' turn. Eli, you're up.
All right. I am going to first strum a little tune and go, "Hey, Dross, you're doing a great job," and I'm gonna inspire Dross
All right.
with my bonus action, and then with my action, I am going to strum a little tune. I'm gonna go synaptic static on your ass. I don't want to place a measure template. I hate doing that. Boom.
You're-
DC 16.
So you're gonna
intelligence
place it
save.
at a point that hits it, but not hits Titan, but not Clemens.
Yeah, let me actually do you want me to draw it for you, or
No,
do you
that's
want me to
okay.
sit-
But I'm sure you can find a point that's there. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
All right. So it's gonna make an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah. It might beat it, but if it beats it, it still takes half damage. So
22.
all right, it takes half damage at least.
Yep.
So half of 28. And then I'm just gonna take like one step back and then end my turn.
All right. Leroy.
All right. Well, first things first. We're going to move 35 feet. maybe just 30 feet in this direction. Lift up the sword and toss it. Do I have an icon for the sword?
Nope. I don't believe we did.
I didn't
Double check that. I
do
don't.
anything.
Just make a measured template. That way you can move it.
Hold up. 2.3 foot radius. Bloop. I'll put it there. Excuse
Okay.
me. And attack with it. That's my bonus action. Bloop. 19 to hit.
That's a miss.
Oh boy, that's upsetting. And so I'll cast. You know what? I will also cast Synaptic Static with my action.
Can we just change our new party's name to Synaptic Static?
Yes.
Okay, saving throw, intelligence.
Yeah, DC 15.
21.
Yep. 15
Guys,
there.
he might be good at intelligence saves.
Maybe.
This guy.
Might be an ancient dragon or
Damage though.
something. Anyway, so I'm gonna delete that template. Well, I tried.
Dross.
Hello, I am Drost. Well, unfortunately, no one hasted me with their action.
I can't.
Sorry, none of us had
Thought I
that.
would
option.
last.
Just throw your
Why he's
hex.
going last? You can't fucking do.
I know. I'm a bonus action giant smite.
Okay. You
I'm
gonna be big?
I'm a big boy.
You are large.
I'm large. Ah, I can make it now. Ah! Meow. I'm crossing over and going all the way over here. I'm checking to see. I think I used my action surge against the other dude.
You did.
And we technically didn't short rest.
Nope.
No.
And alright. I'm gonna smack. Joss will sprint up in full giant smite, and then skid to a halt and swing with his momentum.
That's a hit.
+4, is that right? Oh, I guess it doesn't have any bonus to hit.
Nope. All hits.
One,
It is.
2, 3.
Damn boy.
Slash. I'm two-handing it. So I will be rolling 3d8 per giant smite for an extra 14 damage on top of that.
All right.
And he kind of carries through with the first swing and comes back with 2 more slashes. And then looks up, breathing a little heavy, and just like, I always wanted to fight the dragon.
All right. So you swing at it with the sword. The sword, you feel like if you're swinging with anything less sharp here, you might not have such an easy time cutting through its scales, but you manage to pierce its hide. And the cold damage does seem to do quite a bit of work here.
Woo!
All right. Milos.
I am going to walk up 15 feet while casting Warding Bond on Faye. And I'm going to have Neko run 40 feet and dash to get the extra 5.
Okay.
And up in front of the dude. And pass turn.
Okay.
Oh, I need to click Warding Bond. There's a button for that. There we go.
Okay. So, Faye, you have a +1 bonus to AC and any saving throw you make. And you have resistance to all damage, which, because Milos is taking half damage for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Cool. And your bonus action was to command Neko, so that's it, Milos?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. As you end your turn, shadows rise from the cracks in the floors around all of you. Everybody make me a Constitution saving throw.
Ah!
Ah,
Oh,
that's
God
about
damn it.
right. What?
Wow.
Damn, guys.
Holy shit.
Okay, and I'll make saving throws for Nakareth
Did you ever TPK your party by accident?
and Clemens.
I wasn't in that, was I?
Everyone. Everyone.
Oh, everyone.
Whole floor just like shadows rising up through the cracks.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm actually going to. I'm gonna burn my Indomitable early and re-roll that.
Okay.
I don't really.
Oh,
It's unfortunate.
Mother of God.
Oh,
Okay.
Neko needs to make one too.
Neko needs to make one too. Okay. So, Leroy, I'm going to go down the list. Leroy, you failed. Eli,
Yeah.
you failed. Milos failed. Faye passed. Carrick failed. Nakareth failed. Clemens passed. Dross failed. Neko failed. So I think only Clemens and Faye passed. Everyone who failed is blinded as the shadows curl up and try to cover your face and move their way into your eyes.
Oh, hey, I don't think I can get blinded.
I don't think you can. Are you immune to the blinded condition?
The eyes in the robe can't be closed or averted, although you can. Oh, it doesn't make me.
Let
I don't think it
me.
makes me
Can you put the
immune.
item in chat so I can read it?
Yeah, I don't think it makes me immune.
I'm gonna say for the purposes of it, since they cannot be closed or averted, that you would not be considered blinded, at least while the robe is active.
Oh, that's so cool.
That makes sense, and that's rad.
Since
And-
the shadows are trying to cover up the eyes, but nothing is really working there.
would this count as a magical darkness?
This is not a magical darkness. You are suffering the blinded condition from a spell.
Yeah, I just wanted to check because it's magic shadows. but
Yeah.
That's flavor, I get it.
Yep. So
Makes
everyone,
sense.
yep, make sure you get that blinded condition on you so we remember it. And like I said, Clemens did not suffer it. I don't know why I put it on Clemens. And
That's good, Noah.
Faye did not suffer it. But there you go. Blind. There you go. Cool. Oh, Eli's not blind. What am I doing? There we go. Lots of things to manage here.
Blind. You get a blind.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a blind.
All right.
Oh shit.
Die 10.
Hold up, I have advantage on that because it is a spell or other magical effect.
It is.
Second.
Yep, that is true. You can reroll. You
Yeah,
are
it's
unfortunately still affected.
But I remembered it though.
Good job, bud.
Die 10 lifts his head, though most of you can't see it. But what you do notice is him roaring. You can all hear that. This loud, echoing roar that almost knocks you off your feet. And everybody, please make me a wisdom save versus fear.
I get advantage on that 'cause I'm a brave boy. I'm a brave boy.
Up.
What?
Faye is not brave.
That's a 5 save, but I doubt it matters.
Yep.
Faye, don't you have some features that let you do things with saving throws or reroll them or something?
Oh, baby.
Yeah, thanks. It's a good call, don't I?
I think
You have
magical
Blessed by the
guidance
God.
might work. Blessed by the gods
God,
adds a
which one is
bonus.
it?
double check my magical guidance.
Magical
That's
I know
ability
Fairy
check, not a saving throw.
Yeah,
Favored by the gods would
Favored
add
by the gods adds,
2d4, but that might
it's
not
not
be
gonna
enough to
make a
save a
difference.
4.
no. Yeah, fuck. I don't know if I have anything here.
All right. Well, Clemens is gonna make a save,
Yikes.
and Nakarth is gonna make a save.
I like how a bunch of us nat 1'd in the last save, and then a bunch of us nat 20'd in the save.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go down the
The
list.
duality of man.
Starting from the wisdom save, Milos failed. Leroy failed. Neko passed. Is Neko immune to fear? Neko might not. Might not be
Neko
immune to
is immune to charm, exhaustion, and poison.
Not fear. Okay. Neko passed anyways. Eli passed. Drost failed. Faye failed. Karik passed. Clemens failed. And Nakarth failed. Everybody who failed suffers the fear condition.
Here I
so-
go.
Rough round. Holy shit.
Afraid.
Yeah.
That was
Afraid.
a monster's round for Dowtown.
That was very lucky. He will then strike out. Drost, you feel just an intimidating presence coming at you, and you instinctively raise your defenses.
Can Neko still use reactions even while blind?
It depends on the wording of the feature. What does it say?
Deflect attack. The defender imposes disadvantage on the attack roll of one of the creature it can see that is within 5 feet of it, provided the attack roll
see.
is
It can't
against the
see,
creature.
so
other than
it's...
zero. Yep. Rip.
Such an innocuous 3 words.
It crits. Drost, you
What?
take 33 piercing damage as you raise your shield, but it bites your other shoulder and just tears into that shoulder. You are large. This could have been a lot worse. Could have taken an arm or something, man, but there's just scrapes of flesh missing from one of your shoulders, and seems like it took some of your armor with it too. You can't see anything, but there's just pain.
Alright, I Stones Endurance that one.
All right. It is now going to take a swipe at Neko with a claw attack. That's a 26 to hit. I assume that hits.
Yeah.
That is 14 slashing to Neko.
Right.
And then it's going to attack once at Clemens, but not at advantage because Clemens is not blinded. Clemens suddenly springs up with a sword and manages to try and block one of the hits. Unfortunately, still fails and takes 15 slashing. Karik, it is your turn.
Alright. Carrick can't see fucking shit. So he is going to fuck it, yeah, he'll cast Lesser Restoration on himself.
Okay. So you remove the blinded condition.
And only have a bonus action left. What can I do with this? Let's see. Is this going down here?
You also have movement.
True. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Let me check something real quick. Okay, yeah, so he is going to run on over there. I think I have enough movement, yeah. Is there a reason oh, it's 'cause I have the ruler. And shit, I do only have a bonus action. He is going to yeah, there's not really much I can do this turn with that bonus action. Actually, what he will do is he'll. Oh no, I can't cast another level spell. Never mind. Okay, that's his turn.
Okay.
He'll actually end up. He'll step back here. He'll stop there.
Okay. Nakarith is going to run up to here, activate his Arms of the Astral Self, which this character sheet is so complicated. Summon. Use ability. He's going to select just die 10 to take this, which die 10 will make a saving throw and fails. So it takes 8 force damage from that. And then the card is going to take 2 swings with his Arms of the Astral Self. At disadvantage. Wait, no, Nakar's been feared. Hold on, he can't move towards the target with fear active. Despite having known where it was and being able to rush up, that's the best he's got for now. So instead, Nakar's going to take the dodge action and still summon his arms, but I'm going to undo that damage.
Does fear interact with blindness? Is it only if you can see it, or is it?
What?
Does fear interact with blindness?
I believe that it mentions line of sight for your ability checks and attack rolls and stuff being at disadvantage. So I guess I would assume if you can't see it, like you can't see me, covering your eyes, right? Like,
yeah.
But you still can't move towards the target willingly. I don't think that interacts with sight.
Oh yeah, that's what it says.
So
I thought that might be humorous.
instead, he can't rush towards it right now, but he will activate his arms and take the dodge action. Okay, cool. So at least the arms are out. Let me make sure that he's got that effect toggled. Visage of the Astral Self, and I'll drain those key points. And the card is so complicated. Okay. Now, at the end of Nakarth's turn, it is going to start flapping its wings wildly and try to swat at Drost, Neko, and Clemens in front of it. Fortunately, Kark, you are just far enough away.
I was literally just saying to myself, it's a good thing I didn't
Yeah.
move all the way up.
You moved 10 feet back. It was good. So, Clemens, Neko, and Drost need to make a dexterity saving throw. I will make Clemens's.
We don't have disadvantage on anything or anything like that for being blind, do we?
It's a good question. What does blinded say?
Oh, let's not look up what blinded says.
I think it's just attack rolls.
Yeah, it's just attack rolls.
Just
I'm looking
attack
at it now.
rolls and ability checks that rely on sight, which this is a save, not an ability check. So yeah, nothing there. You're reacting to this wind coming at you all of a sudden and just trying to resist it here. Okay, Drost and Clemens fail. Neko also fails, unfortunately. That's 3 fails. All 3 of you take 13 bludgeoning damage. And as it flaps its wings, it's also going to propel itself up over your heads. Here, but 10 feet up. Wait, that didn't apply. 10 feet up, please. There we go. Plus 10 feet. Faye, it's your turn.
Oh boy, a rough day. I'm gonna run up and get like behind this tree. Are these not this thing above me? Can I like walk on that stuff or is
Yeah,
that
there's
not?
so there's like a very short, like garden like pad there, like less than a foot up that you could step onto, and then dirt where the trees are in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get like behind this tree so that I break line of sight.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna like peer around and just be like, well, can't miss an attack roll with a fireball, so I'm just gonna drop a fireball on him in midair, well above everyone.
Okay, so far enough above him that it only intersects with him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't need to careful it.
Yep,
Air burst,
fair enough.
fireball.
So he's gonna make a dexterity saving throw.
That's correct.
23.
Yep, that'll pass, but I'll still do damage, and he ignores resistance. Yep, 25 and half. Done bare balls, but that's okay.
All right.
Trying to break any concentration he has.
So he takes half damage from passing the save. I said, come on. I clicked the button. Okay, it's 23 damage, or 25 damage halved to
13?
It's 12, I think.
12.
Down.
Yeah, round down.
Oh, it runs down. Okay.
Yep. I don't know why the damage application button isn't working. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. Anything else, Faye?
Nope, just gonna hang out behind this tree and hope that does something for my fear.
Okay. I did forget on that last legendary action, but you know what? I forgot, so it's fine. That's my fault. However, at the end of Faye's turn, it is going to use a tail attack against Carrick as a legendary action. $31 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
17 bludgeoning damage as it flies over your head, and the tail just swoops down and hits you.
There goes my temp HP, so 6 damage.
Okay. I did also forget, and this is something beneficial for Nakarat that I forgot, so I will bring it back up. At the end of his turn, he was supposed to repeat saving throws here. And Faye, you passed both the fear and blind, right?
I did not pass fear. I'm very much trying to be unafeared.
Oh, okay. When you were feared, you didn't make an attack roll. You did fireball. That's fine. That doesn't make an attack roll. So, and you moved away. That's good. At the end of your turn, you can repeat the save against fear if you wish. That's another wisdom save. Nakarth is going to do the same, and also for blinded to see if he can cure that. Nakarth is no longer afraid. Faye, you are still afraid. Nakarth is going to make another con save. He is still blinded. But he's no longer afraid, at least. Okay. Now it's back to Clemens. Sorry, lots of moving parts to this fight. Clemens is afraid, but Clemens knows no fear, so Clemens is going to just sit there and try to attack anyways. Unfortunately, the dragon's 10 feet in the air, so that's going to be tricky. So Clemens is going to actually cast Wayward Soul 10 feet in the air next to her and try to attack with that. Which will be at disadvantage because it's still an attack roll, and that misses. But Clemens now has Wayward Soul active right up here. Cool. That's a bonus action. So Clemens is going to try to Lightning Burst at disadvantage. Which misses. That is Clemens' turn. Eli, it's back to you.
I strum my guitar, and I look around to my teammates, and then I'm like, wait, hold on. And I like reach up, and I'm like, oh, there's like, I can't see through these eyes, but I can see through, and I reference my body, these eyes, that's weird. And I look around to all my teammates, seeing like who I can inspire now, and I see that all of them also can't see through their eyes, except for Carrick. Carrick's my line of sight, so I'm like, ooh, Carrick, get him! And I'm drum, and then, you know, the Bardic Inspire, boom.
Clemens is
and
no longer
then-
afraid, by the way.
Thanks, Eli.
No problem. No, I mean, no problem. And then I'm gonna, maneuver this way because I can see her, but I'm just gonna do this for, reason's sake. And I'm gonna look at Neko and be like, "Hey, Mouse,
Yeah,
you want Neko to be huge?"
sure.
And I'm
Couldn't hurt.
gonna cast polymorph on Neko. I'm gonna turn her into a huge giant crab.
Does Neko have a mutable form?
Neko does not have a mutable form. I don't know what that is, but I don't see it anywhere.
All right.
Double checking.
I'm gonna reload my foundry because I, for some reason, can't open certain. It's just glitchy.
I'll get back to you in a second.
It's called a huge giant crab, not just a giant crab, a huge giant crab. And you might notice that they are immune to being frightened, and they have what you call blind sight.
All right.
Select from creatures where.
Yeah, I don't see anything against polymorphing Neko, so sure.
No
Hey!
So Milos, if you could bring up that stat sheet for yourself to use in your turn, you can use that to command Neko.
Sure. Huge giant crab.
It's not bad. She can now make claw attacks. She's also triple her size at this point.
Ooh.
And she can see, which is the big one.
Yep, blind sight of 30 feet.
My
Neko
god.
does enjoy seeing.
And Neko is now huge.
Yep.
That's 160 fucking health? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Hi,
And-
Neko, you're huge now. And then I'm done with my turn.
And crab.
Okay. You have
Okay,
nothing to
crab.
save
There we go.
against, so Leroy.
All right. Boy, blinded and feared, you say?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So I guess I'll run and sort of stumble around this corner and take cover.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
this
into
this
the
wall
fire.
here is you bump into a wall. You actually trip slightly here because it's slightly raised, and then you bump into a wall here.
Okay, cannot see GM cursor, but I'll also
yeah.
make my way around this
Okay.
and try to take cover.
Yeah, you stumble that way eventually, as you kind of hit things and then slide along the wall, but you make your way around to that side.
And I'm just gonna spend all of my attention on trying to shake any of these effects, which I know just means passing my turn, but
Okay, and yes, you do get to repeat your Wisdom and Constitution saves at the end of your turn.
alright. Wisdom.
Still afraid.
Well,
Constitution.
Still blind.
We love it. I guess I can probably tell my sword to stab it, if that works. Tell things where I'm not.
What's the wording on the sword?
Oh.
If it
don't
says a
ask me
target you
questions.
can see, that might be tricky.
Creature of my choice within 5 feet of it.
Yeah, well, you still know it's within 5 feet of it, so I'd say you can make that attack a disadvantage. The bonus
Alright.
action.
Disadvantage.
That's a miss.
I'll still roll damage anyway. That's my turn.
Okay. The damage formula seems weird, by the way. Might want to take a look at that.
Might want to take a look at that one. Yeah.
But Drost, it is your turn.
Okay, how far above me is he?
10 feet.
How can we touch
So,
it?
so he's 10 feet off the ground, which is definitely within your reach as a large
Yep.
creature. You're 20 feet
Um,
tall, so.
I'm going to, hearing him take off, I can't see shit, but I can feel and hear him above me, so I'm gonna start just taking swings upwards.
Okay. Yeah, you can make some attacks at disadvantage.
1,
Miss.
2.
Hit.
3.
Miss.
What did I roll? 18 and a 19. Fuck yeah. Normal damage. And 3d8 for Giant Smite. 28 damage.
All right.
Oh. Oh yeah, it does the cold already.
Yep.
And bonus action. I'm gonna second wind.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't roll it for me. God damn it. 17 HP back.
Okay. Good.
All right. That's it.
Damn it, I
I
wish you could
feel,
do.
I feel
Wouldn't that
one
be-
swing.
19? I feel like this is an
Is it?
old imported version from Founders. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
it's
it
like
says
or from
D10.
D&D.
Okay.
It's D10 plus your
that.
fighter level, I think.
Yeah.
I think that imported weird and we never fixed it.
All right. I'll take
19. Easy.
I'll take that free 2 HP. Okay. So I feel one blow clip in. I'm like, all right, he's right above me.
Yep, you feel the movement of the wings on the air and you just swing. Milo, it's your turn.
All right.
Oh, Josh, you may roll against blinded again if you wish.
Oh, yes. If I wish.
If you
That's
wish.
the
Constitution.
con.
You are no longer blinded.
Thank fucking God. Okay.
Hearing that Neko is now large, I deeply regret, or Milos deeply regrets, not preparing enlarged, for the day. But, did I hear the dragon, like, take off and fly in a direction?
Yep.
Great, I'm gonna cast, second level Tasha's Caustic Brew at that direction.
Okay. Let's see here. You knew it took off, and you can kind of hear vaguely where it is, but it's gonna be kind of hard to aim this. Let's say make an intelligence check to see how good you are at pinpointing where it would have gone with this movement.
15?
You feel like you're roughly confident in the area, but that area that you are confident about has your companions underneath it.
Okay, maybe not then. I'm just gonna shoot it then. Why not?
All
I
right,
can
you
shoot.
fire some bolts up into where you assume it might be. That's a miss.
18, 17.
That's a miss.
And I'd like to command Neko to bonk it.
Okay, Neko can use its claw attack, so you can go ahead and roll
Yes. 22.
that. That
It's
is a
more
hit.
like a snip. It's more like a snip attack.
It
Click
does,
clack,
it does bludgeoning though.
which is so weird.
For 25 bludgeoning, and also the dragon is grappled.
Okay,
Hey,
Grab fight.
so you grab the dragon's tail and just it pulls it slightly down towards the ground.
Good
like
job,
it.
Neko. And Pat's turn.
All right, and it is. Isn't grappled a condition I can apply?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking. There's so many on this list. Grappled. There we go. Okay. And at the end of your turn,
Yes.
now the dragon, as it hits the ground, being pulled down to earth by Neko, which will actually reduce its height. There we go. It instead rears back, braces its wings as high as it can, and just flushes them down towards Eli and Faye. I need both of you to make, let me double check this, strength saving throws.
Do I not get cover because I'm like specifically behind the tree facing him?
You do get cover, which gives you a benefit to dexterity saving throws. This is a strength saving throw.
Man.
it was nice knowing you. Ah,
Okay.
19.
Faye, you manage to just grab onto the tree in front of you and hold on for dear life as this air just rushes past you, and you see Eli go tumbling past you. Eli,
I go.
you get pushed 20 feet directly away from the dragon and fall prone.
So like,
Yeah, like there, yep.
there.
Mhm.
All right.
And you
then
fall prone.
Condition. Oh God, where's the prone button?
As you just
Jeez.
tumble along and then eventually grab onto a tree as this wind blasts you away.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that. I'll find prone eventually.
Okay.
There we go.
And then Daiten will. Why is this so tricky? There we go.
Silas, you should get saving throws against everything you did.
Yeah, wisdom and con.
Con is the blind, so Neko also gets a saving throw, right?
I mean, she's a crab now, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean you can save against it in case the polymorph ends. So-
Yeah, okay. So this is Neko's 18 for blind.
Okay. 18. Neko is no longer blind.
Woo!
And then you can roll against your 2 saves as well.
All right. Con 20.
No longer blind.
Wisdom
Nice.
13. Can
Still-
I flash that?
You can flash that. It'll take your
I'm gonna
reaction.
flash that. That
Okay.
is okay.
But you are no longer afraid or blind.
There we go.
Okay. So now seeing what Neko the crab has done to it,
Yep.
Yep, Dayton's smart enough to know what polymorph is.
No.
No.
Everyone in that cone, his jaw pops open and shadowy energy just rolls out like flame, but it's dark. It's not emitting light, it's sucking the light in as it rolls across the floor towards all of you. Everybody in there, please make me a dexterity saving throw. Faye, you have cover, so you get +2.
This motherfucker.
Bro, why is it always dexterity?
Because it's a breath weapon.
I'm prone.
Fucking asshole.
What does that mean for prone? Is that disadvantage?
Prone. I don't know. I think
I
so.
actually don't know what it is. What it means for.
Yeah, I am not sure either. Um,
Well, if
nope,
it's disadvantage,
nothing
it's a
nothing
10.
mentioned for saves. You're good.
Oh, okay,
joined
then
this.
it's not a 10. It's 28.
Okay. What was that, Faye?
Since that brought me up to 11 with my +2 and my warding bond, I'm gonna use that. I think it's favored by the gods.
Okay.
That does the 2d4.
Alrighty.
Oh please, Lord. Okay, add 5, 16.
16 for Faye. You had +2 from the cover and 1 from the warding bond, +5. Okay. 16 for Faye.
Wait, what size die is your inspiration? Eli?
I think it's a 10.
I'm fucking wrong.
Yep, it's D10.
Does anyone who has a reaction want to do anything like flashing or anything like that
And
before I start announcing?
now I will flash mine.
Okay.
And I have unfailing inspiration, so if you ever fail with my inspiration used, you can keep the inspiration for next time.
Nice. So it's a 21 total.
Okay. So Faye's total is 16. Eli's is a 28.
Yes.
Oh, because you didn't mean to roll with disadvantage. Gotcha. Okay.
I rolled a disadvantage before you told me, nah, never mind.
Yeah, that's fair. So 28 for
first-
Eli. Drost
Yeah.
is a fail, not altering that. Drost is a fail. Karik, you pass with your new total. Eli, you pass. Faye, you fail.
Oh, rough deal.
The damage is 58 necrotic. Have that if you succeed.
Jesus fuck.
Faye, you half that, and I take the other half.
True.
Did you say 58?
58 halved if you succeeded, which Eli and Karik did.
So 29.
29 each, yeah.
So minus 12 of my actual HP.
And Eli, make me a concentration check against 29, or yeah, it would be 39, right? 10 plus the damage? That was half the damage.
So if it takes away from my temp HP, does that still
Or
count?
wait,
Wait,
why am
how
I
many-
forgetting
the
how this
damage
works? Just
or
half the damage.
10?
It's just half the damage, you're right. So it's, you took 29 from passing the check. So
Okay.
it would be 14 is the DC of your concentration check.
All right, let's. It's just a modifier, right? Not that.
It is a constitution saving throw.
It really doesn't matter.
You pass.
14.
You keep polymorph up.
I give a fuck you finger from laying down on the ground prone. After I did a little tumble to go out of the way.
I don't have any fate dice left. Okay.
This motherfucker.
He was like, do it again.
Kara, you are up.
Okay. Karik is going to cast haste on himself.
All right.
And then he will take one swing with his hasted action. Oh, I meant to say he was gonna fly around to this guy's back and then swing at his shoulder blades.
Did Neko make a save and check and all that against that?
Neko wasn't in the cone.
I believe Neko was.
Okay. What was the save?
It was a
strength,
pretty
right?
wide. It was dexterity. Because I
Dex
intended to
was-
get all.
The cone headed this way?
How the hell did it hit me
It's
and
a-
How
Nico?
did it hit Nico?
It's a massive
Hold
cone, and it
on.
was 6. It doesn't start from this point. It started from back here, back at the lower part of it. I was pretty sure it did. I could be wrong. I intended to, at least.
Can you redraw it?
Breath comes
Like
from
that.
the ass. Damn.
All right.
Rough.
That's 5.
Okay, so Neko would have taken point because part of the intention of that was to get ungrappled, so it was trying to do that too.
Does that ungrapple it?
If Neko goes on incapacitated, it does.
Oh, well, good thing I have a lot of health now.
Yep. So Neko's crab form takes 58 necrotic.
Yep.
Ah, still good.
Still got a lot of hit points, but I want to make sure that got in there. And then Karik, what were you? You were taking swings at it. 14
Yeah,
is a
so-
miss.
Yeah, he flew around to his back and took a swing after he
Okay.
casted haste, but he missed it. And just glances off the scales, and then that's his turn.
Okay. Any bonus action?
No bonus action.
Okay. At the end of its turn, it is going to make a tail attack against Neko.
All right.
That's a critical fail. It misses.
Nice.
You mess with the Crabbo, you get the Stabbo. Okay. Nakareth is up. Nakareth, still blinded, but no longer afraid, and having extremely good passive perception, is going to know that this thing fell to the ground to the east and did a breath weapon a little bit ago. He knows its rough location. He's going to run up and actually... It's going to stay there, so he can attack at disadvantage with his Arms of the Astral Self. That's a hit for 10 damage. Arms of the Astral Self again at disadvantage. That's a miss. He's going to bonus action do it again with Flurry of Blows, consuming a key point. Disadvantage, that's a hit for 8 damage. One more, disadvantage, that's a miss. So he hit 2 times, consumed 1 key point. Not bad. For a total of 18 force damage. And at the end of its turn, I bet you can guess what's going to happen. Tail attack against Neko. 29 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
For 15 bludgeoning.
All right.
Faye, you're up. And after Faye's turn, we will pause here and pick up from next time.
No.
Okay.
No.
You do that timing.
Yeah, shit. Alright, I'm gonna do the boring option. I'm gonna drop a fat mass cure wounds.
Damn it, that's what I was gonna do!
Oh, wait, seriously, wait, I was between that and hasting Drost.
Well, you've got a week to think of something else to do.
Is Drop
Question.
still blinded, by the way?
Question.
Yes.
Has Eli ever cast Mass Cure Wounds before?
Oh no.
I don't think Faye would have any knowledge that this would be Eli's plan, then.
Yep, that is legitimate, and I am going to do that mass cure wounds. I'm pretty sure I can. Oh god, this is kind of like temporarily move myself so I can see the group in order to cast this, right?
I mean, you can use your movement, too. Yeah, you're not like...
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can do that anyway.
Yep.
Oh, it's. I'm
And really, all movement is temporary.
I think the main crew is centered around Daitan.
All right, I'm
and I
gonna
haven't
do
taken damage, so
10 feet out.
or contributed.
I'm gonna.
Also, because Neko is now technically a beast, she can get healed.
The crowd's still blind.
That didn't place right, but I can do me, Dross, Neko, Clements, Milos, and Carrick.
Okay.
So that's all 6, and let's see, can I re-roll any of that? I think I can. I think I have an ability.
There's a
that
1
does
in
that.
there.
Yeah.
Now, remind me. Did you have protection from poison cast on you recently?
How recent
How long does it last?
in the castle?
Because it was cast on you recently, but I don't know how long it
Took
lasts.
an hour in the room.
It lasts an hour.
We took an hour in the room, so you wouldn't have protection from poison anymore, so I'm going to need you to make a constitution saving throw as you try to cast a spell in the mist.
Oh. Wait, why this and not my previous spells?
This one is a high enough level to trigger the effect.
Oh, motherfucker. Okay, saving throw or ability check, did you say?
Saving throw.
Plus
You
one.
managed to choke it out. It's a little uncomfortable, but you managed to cast a spell.
Alright, let's see, I can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll this 1. I'm gonna do that. So that's gonna bump it up to 19 healing for all of those people.
Okay. So everybody whose name was called out gets healed by that. Nakarth is full health. So if you need to
69
shift
I
that.
health.
didn't choose Nikarth.
Okay.
There's everyone but,
All right.
yeah.
Good.
Alright. Math is hard. I'm going back behind the tree, and that's my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn. Dale Strike.
Echo?
Yep. 33 to hit.
Wait, also, I'm gonna roll my fear.
33 to
For
hit, and it's not a crit.
22 bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
So it just slams the tail back at Neko again, which Neko is like grabbing at the base of the tail, and the tail's just like slapping at the crab's face. And that is where we're going to pause it for now, because that's the end of round 2. We'll pick up with the start of round 3 next week, and hopefully I won't be running 2 character sheets.
Before we end, just because my turn ended, can I roll to get rid of my fear?
Oh yes, go for it.
What's that? Wisdom?
Wisdom save, yep.
Yeah, I'm glad we had
Fuck.
Crab Neko
Still afraid.
take a lot of the hits.
Alright, yep. That's
It's-
the boy then.
Still
Crab
afeared.
Neko literally still has more than half health.
I'm so glad that Crab Neko is tanking this guy for us.
I
Pretty
wish
good.
I could enlarge it for a giant, like a dragon-sized crab. Just
I normally would
wish-
insist I don't need help tanking, but ow.
Yup.